Hi family, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, if this is your first time seeing me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. On this channel we do interior design, we do lifestyle videos and DIYs. So if that's something you're looking for, go ahead and stick around. Guys, in today's video we're going to do a cook with me. Okay, so I am preparing this special dish using the spaghetti squash. So I got this recipe years ago from my girlfriend, and I haven't done it in a while, and I thought about it. I was like, hey, I should cook that. And then I was like, hey, I should share that on the channel. So guys, stay tuned and watch how I do this. The hardest part of this is cutting this doggone squash in half. I should have let Babe cut this before he does. Zyla! Guys, when baby Zyla is too quiet for too long, you gotta keep an eye out, because if I show you guys what that girl did in my bathroom in like seconds, you would be like, oh no she didn't, and I'll be like, yes she did, yes she did. Zyla? So okay guys, after you have gotten cut in half, what you want to do is you want to cut out the seed, like I call that the trash, and that's in the center of it. You want to cut that out because you don't want that. You don't want to cook that part, right? So you're gonna cut that out. After we cut it out, then we can prep it to put it in the oven. So I've already started my oven on boil, and I put it on hot. I'm not hot, high, sorry. So I have it on high, and I have it on boil, not bake. So after you clean out all the trash out of the squash, the next thing you want to do is season it. So the way I'm going to season it is I'm going to use some black pepper, I'm going to use some pink salt, and I am going to use some avocado oil. The next thing you want to do is you want to get like a baking pan, and you're going to line that with some foil paper. And you don't have to line it with the foil paper. The reason why I line it with foil paper is because I hate when stuff gets stuck on that and you have to soak it to clean it. So the best thing is to just line it with foil paper, and then it's the foil paper that gets messed up, and you just have to throw that in the trash. So you're going to turn them upside down or face down on the tray, and then you're gonna sprinkle some oil on the top. Now I do this step because I've done it before without putting the oil on the top, and that, like the way it burnt, it was like it got crispy burnt. Like, just put the oil on the top so that when on top there, if it do get burnt, it'll be more of a soft texture versus flaking off. I think that's the word I was looking for. So you're gonna just go ahead and you're gonna pop that in the oven, and you're gonna let it stay in there for about 40 minutes or so. You can keep checking it and use a fork to stick to see if the flesh is already soft. So mine stayed in there a little too long because I got carried away with something else I was doing, and I forgot that it was in the oven. I was like, oh, my squash. So it's still fine. It's just that the outside shell got burnt a little bit, right? So what I'm adding to mine is some shrimps. So I am going to season the shrimp. So I'm using garlic salt now, and then I am going to use this Creole seasoning. This one has a slight little spice in it. And then I am going to put some different dash, the herb garlic and some red pepper garlic, so different stuff like that. That's what I'm going to use, right? After you put all these different seasoning in there, you're going to kind of like mix it up. I put a little bit of oil in the pot, and you will see that. And I'm going to pre-cook it, and so when I put it in the oven, it doesn't have to stay in the oven too long. This is just quicker, but you don't have to do it this step. You can put the raw meat mixed and get it done like that. So I am going to cut up two pegs of garlic. Sorry, I told you guys I always put garlic in my food. So you want to mince the garlic up small. You don't leave it big. You want to mince that up. Sorry guys, I keep getting a notification from a very happy customer that ordered some of my products from Jaggy Set Your Candles, and I'm trying to do this recording, and I'm like, okay, yes, you're happy, yeah, can you stop? I'm recording something. So the next thing that I'm going to add in there is some broccoli. Now, you can use the vegetable of your choice. I choose to use broccoli. I did kind of stop buying this broccoli, but because I normally use it, I couldn't see the broccoline. I don't know, looking appetizing, I guess, in this dish. So that's why I got this broccoli. But you just want to cut them up small. And again, what I'm going to do with these is I am going to just steam them a little bit before I mix them in, because I do not want again to have the squash when I put it back into the oven. I don't want it in there too long. So what I'm doing is I'm going to just put them in some water and let them steam a little bit. So now here goes time for that your other seasonings. So what I'm going to put in there is my different bell peppers. So I'm putting the red one and the green one, and then we're going to put some onions in there, and all of this will be cooked down with the shrimps. Okay guys, comment down in the comment section and tell me, who hates peeling onions? Now, there's different type of onions you can buy, but you know why I buy this one with the thick skin? It's easier to peel. Not because it's better or anything, it's because it's easier to peel. I hate peeling onions. Like, what is the trick in peeling onions? Anybody have tricks in peeling onions? Let me know, please. I have tried so many different things. I've tried cutting the onion with the skin on. You end up getting the skin in your food. Like, I just hate peeling onions. Now, some onions do water my eyes, but I don't find I experience that a lot. Now, we do like a lot of onions in our food, so that's why I'm putting so much onions in there. Onions just give a really good flavor. I want to start using that purple onions, but I don't know. Every time I go to the store, I forget to buy it. So what I'm gonna do is I put a little bit of butter. So that's probably like a tablespoon of butter, and then I'm gonna add some oil with that, and I'm gonna let that melt down together, and then I will put everything in the pot. Like I said, I am going to pre-cook the shrimps and the onions so that when I put them in the oven, I'm not waiting for those to like completely cook. So here I'm going to just add everything to the pot and then saute them for a little bit. Guys, I remember a time when I only bought the green bell peppers, and I never used to buy the red one or the yellow one. And I remember how my mom used to serve my dad food. It used to always be like a presentation on the plate when she gives him his food, you know. And I adopted. I was like, girl, it is a little bit more expensive. You're being cheap now. Like, stop being cheap, because you go buy a Louis Vuitton bag in a hot minute. So I always think on presentation when I am preparing food, especially if I'm about to serve babe food. If I'm doing it for myself, sometimes I don't. But when I know I have to serve him his food, I always ensure that presentation is there. The way I lay the food on the plate, the way, you know, I organize everything, adding these different colors onto his plate, stuff like that. And I taught my daughter the same thing, that when you serve a man his food, you have to have some kind of presentation to it. And she used to be like, Ma, that's too much work. And then I saw her doing it. I was like, oh, I thought it was too much work. If you customer doing something, it's not going to seem like a lot of work. It's just going to be a part of your routine. Now I'm adding the shrimps in there. And again, you know, shrimps, if anyone knows shrimps, they don't take long for them to cook. And the longer you cook shrimps, the harder they get. And I don't like that. So that's why you see I put the vegetables in there first, and I let those saute a little bit before I added the shrimps to it. Now I'm not gonna let these cook like completely, because again, they're going in the oven, and I do not like the shrimps when they're hard. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing is I'm using a fork. I find a fork does it better to scrape out all of the meat, the flesh of the spaghetti squash. So you want to scrape that out, and you want to remove it from the shell. I'm putting everything in one bowl from both of the halves that it have. Guys, this thing is so fulfilling, like very, very fulfilling. So even though this looks small, like you cannot eat, like one person can't eat both of them, because I can't even eat half of one. That's how much food it is. But this is a really good dish to do. Like I said, there are different things that you can use to make it. If you want to make it a little bit more healthier, I would say it would just be the sodium that's in here that's making it a little bit not that healthy. But everything else that's in there, like, this is a really good dish. That squash by itself tastes amazing without even adding the extra stuff that I added to it. Like, by itself it tastes amazing. So if you don't want to add any seafood, any meat, you can also put chicken in this. If you don't want to add that to it, you definitely don't have to. You can just add more vegetables to it and eat it like that, because I've done it like that before as well. There are some times where I cheat on my vegan and I have seafood, and today is one of those days. So as you can see, I finished sauteing everything, and I am putting everything now into one bowl. And you saw where I put like about two teaspoons of butter in there, and I'm mixing everything up together as one, and then we're going to put them back into the shells. Oh, and I also added some cheddar cheese to it. Again, the cheddar cheese is additional. You don't have to put cheddar cheese in there. So I am trying to like evenly place it in each one, so it wouldn't be like, oh, why is yours bigger than mine? You know, that kind of way. But unfortunately, in the end, I ended up with less shrimps. I was like, I thought I evened this out. Was the food fairy in the oven? Like, what's going on here? Okay guys, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to tidy up the kitchen while I wait on this to marinate in the oven. So family, here it is after it has been baked. The top is nice and crispy and the inside has all the juices. I really enjoyed this. If you guys try it, let me know down in the description. And guys, see you on my next upload.